Clear, I think. So now we will go through some important questions which are commonly asked in your MCQs as well as in your short notes. Counseling we have all dealt with, but in the subsequent classes I will further deal with counseling. So there is a very famous approach of counseling called gather approach, I think, which you all know and which you all have to do in your OSCE sessions. Okay. So gather approach is for contraceptive counseling. What is the full form of gather? First, you greet the patient, you ask their doubts, you tell them about the various contraceptive choices, you help them to make an appropriate choice, you explain the pros and cons of that particular contraceptive, and finally, you influence them to return back to you for follow up. So, this gather is a very traditional approach for contraceptive counseling. Okay. So, Abhishek, can you tell me the difference between counseling and advice?
So in advice, we are suggesting some information, and counseling, we give the information as well as help them make a choice.
Very good. So advice is directive. You are directing them. Suppose a patient comes, you have to do this, you have to do that. No, that is not an ideal approach. In counseling, it cannot be by force. It has to be by the patient's choice. You have to understand the patient's situation. You have to be empathetic and you have to customize your advice according to the patient's conditions. Okay. So everything cannot be what is written in your textbook. You cannot simply direct the patient by saying that you do this, you do that. You have to understand the situation and you have to create an environment so that the patient is comfortable in sharing with you certain personal details. So that is counseling. So usually for counseling, you have to be trained and you have to create an environment where the patient can share his or her personal details with you and you help them resolve certain situations. So that is counseling and that is the difference between counseling and advice. And the gather approach, I will discuss this in detail in my later classes as well. But for now, you should know it is for contraceptive counseling and the full form of gather, all of you should know. So, Dipto, please repeat the full form of gather for us.
First, we should greet, then ask,
Yes.
then tell, then help them and explain, and then return, which means that
More. Yes. Very good. Now, lectures. These are the very common questions like what are the different group approaches of communication? First of all, lecture. So now we are having an online lecture. So mostly lectures which happen in our medical colleges are didactic in nature. So remember the term didactic. Didactic means one way. Okay. So lectures are usually not that effective. The teacher comes early in the morning, 8 a.m. You are also half asleep. You're going to the class and just simply noting down points and not understanding anything. So whenever I will take your class in your online mode or whatever, I will make sure that all of you participate in my class. My class will not be a didactic lecture. Okay, there is a concept nowadays called flipped classroom. So they will sometimes might ask you in your Viva, do you know what is a flipped classroom is? Flipped classroom is where prior to the lecture, the teacher shares all the materials with the students. The students will prepare and they will present in the class, and the teacher will simply facilitate and clarify the doubts. The student will become the teacher, and that is a very effective way of learning rather than simple didactic lectures. Okay, so Merunisa, are you fan of didactic lectures?
No, sir.
Hmm? So do you attend all your 8 a.m. classes of community medicine?
Sir, we don't have 8 a.m. class for community medicine. We have final year classes at that
Is
time.
Dr. Shubhajit taking your class?
Yes, sir.
How is he taking?
Sir, very good.
Very good. So you have to say very good even if you don't like it. So
No, sir.
Abhishek, is Dr. Anushrita taking your classes?
Yes, sir.
Are you liking her classes?
Yes, sir.
And do you attend the morning lectures?
And sir, we have lectures from 12 for community medicine.
You don't have 8 a.m. lectures of community medicine?
No, sir.
You people are spared. So what is your opinion? Lectures, how can lectures be improved? Abhishek, in your college specifically?
Sir, the flipped classroom method can be used sometimes, not always because there's a huge population. So,
Yes, but what other things which you think your teacher might incorporate to make the lectures more interesting for you?
sir, they can interact like you're interacting with us instead of just going on and on and on telling you.
Very good. So nowadays, I simply like whenever I was a UG student, I always liked those teachers who used to teach in chalk and board, because the moment the presentation comes in, everyone's focus shifts to the presentation and the entire essence of the class goes. Nowadays with AI, so many things can be done in the lecture. We can take flip charts, we can take so many kinds of newer innovative methods to involve the students in the class. So involvement is very, very important, which usually do not happen in lectures. Comes a very important method called demonstration. Suppose you are teaching any skill, you cannot simply do a lecture on that. Suppose you want to demonstrate preparation of ORS. If you
Actually,
give a lecture,
we have 8 classes from of community medicine.
Arjikar, na?
Yes,
Who
yes,
is taking? Tapabrata sir?
yes, yes, yes.
Tapabrata sir was my teacher as well. So he's a very nice teacher. So whatever I have learned in community medicine, and the reason for me taking up community medicine was Tapabrata sir. So you should learn from him. He will give you a lot of insights in community medicine. So demonstration, suppose as I said, for ORS preparation, if you simply go to the community and give a lecture, will that be useful? No, you have to take your ORS packet, you have to take a bowl and you have to show them and make them do in front of you. So whenever you're going for your family adoption program visits, make sure you do certain things. You simply go and ask those long questionnaires, that won't help, and that will also reduce your interest in that. So you make sure you do something for the community. At least a simple ORS preparation. Many people don't know. Like I will ask Abhishek, in ORS preparation, which should you add first? ORS powder or water?
Sir, water, then ORS.
No, it is always ORS first. You have to take a wide mouth container, proper hand washing you have to follow. Wash the container, pour the entire contents of the ORS powder into the bowl first. Otherwise, if you put water first and then ORS, it will result in clumping of the ORS powder. So this is a common question, and if you all of you must know the steps of preparation of ORS before your community medicine viva. This will be asked. So you cannot make any mistake in that. You have to start with hand washing. You have to start with cleaning the utensil. You have to start with taking a wide mouth container, and then you have to first pour the ORS powder, and then you have to add water, and it has to be not boiled water. For boiled water is not required. Simply safe and wholesome water is enough for preparation of ORS. Okay, so these steps of preparation of ORS before your vivas, all of you should be knowing. So for ORS preparation, you have to do a demonstration. You cannot simply go and give a lecture on that. Next is a group discussion. So group discussion is also very effective. You give a topic, you make small groups of 6 to 12 people and ask them discuss about it. Okay, so that also helps in coming to a conclusion, but it requires certain prerequisites. Whenever you are a part of a group discussion, you should be able to contribute substantially. You should give your points in a concise, clear manner. You should be able to take criticism. Otherwise, the group discussion will turn into a big boss fight, which we do not want. Okay, so we want clear, sane discussion so that everyone can come to a conclusion. And all group discussions, there has to be one moderator who will moderate the discussion, and there has to be one recorder who will record the entire conversation. So, Abhishek, what are the disadvantages of group discussion?
Sir, there is a chance that some people might not participate and others
Very
might
good. Excellent.
discussion.
Very good. So some people might not participate and some people might be very eccentric and they might take the topic of discussion to something else. Okay, maybe you're talking about COVID-19, but that person wants to talk about the Sunny Sanskari ki Tulsi Kumari. So, but you have to keep your discussion focused. Okay, so that for that purpose, the moderator is very, very important. in a group discussion. Very commonly asked question, what is the difference between panel discussion and symposium in your vivas? 5-star question. Panel discussion and symposium. Panel discussion is mostly you will see a group of experts discussing amongst themselves. There will be a moderator who will introduce. Suppose people are talking about say long COVID-19 or the long-term effects of COVID-19. So there will be a moderator who will introduce the topic, and there will be a series of subject experts, maybe one from medicine, one from community medicine, one from microbiology. They will discuss about the various impact of COVID-19 in the long term. So it will be a discussions like which we see in our news channels sometimes, but mostly those turn into chaotic discussions. That is not a panel discussion. A panel discussion has to be sane. That is why we have a moderator who will navigate the discussion. And at the end, the audience might ask questions to the panel, but the panel will discuss and the moderator will navigate. The basic difference between a panel discussion and a symposium is that in a panel discussion, all the experts will sit together and discuss. But in a symposium, there will be a moderator who will call the experts one by one. Okay, so maybe they will call the medicine person first. You talk about COVID-19. Then the next they will call the community medicine person. So one by one, people or the experts will come and they will talk about different aspects of a particular topic. And at the end, the moderator will summarize. So are we clear with the difference between panel discussion and symposium? These two terms are very commonly asked in your vivas as well as in your MCQs. So Merunisa, just summarize the difference between panel discussion and symposium.
There is a moderator in symposium for setting the agenda and the order of speaking. There is no moderator in the panel discussion.
No, there is a moderator in both, actually. But the basic difference in a panel discussion and symposium is all the experts sit together in a panel discussion and they discuss. But in symposium, the experts will come one after the other. Okay, the moderator will call them one after the other, and at the end, the moderator will summarize the different points said by all the experts.
Sure.
We clear? Yes, Abhishek.
Sure. Does that mean a symposium is more or less like a conference?
Difference between symposium and conference is a more larger scale. Okay, symposium can be a part of a conference. A conference will have smaller things. Like suppose a workshop will also be a part of a conference. A symposium will also be a part of the conference. Maybe a lecture will also be a part of the conference. So conference is an amalgamation of various group approaches, and it is usually at a larger level, and it is sometimes commercialized, and it will have different kinds of techniques into it incorporated. Okay, so symposium can be a small component of a conference. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, Merunisa.
so what is the role of moderator in a panel discussion?
In a panel discussion, suppose the panel is discussing and the panel is sometimes going off track. The moderator will make sure that the panel comes back to track because the agenda should not be lost. Okay, everyone should be having specific objectives of that particular discussion. Sometimes the panel is getting so emotional or they're getting so involved that they are going off track, and whatever the agenda is, it's not being fulfilled. So the moderator, whenever he sees that the discussion is getting off track, he will intervene and he will say, okay, so we have discussed a lot about this. Let us now shift to this aspect of the discussion. Maybe suppose I was giving an example of COVID-19. So maybe a lot of discussion is happening on the pathogenesis, but we also need to know about the vaccine aspect. So the moderator is seeing that the time is running and they're keeping on talking about pathogenesis of COVID-19. So he will interrupt and say, okay, now we have had enough discussion on pathogenesis. Let us now shift our gear to immunization and what is the impact of immunization on maybe heart health after COVID-19. Okay, so that is the role of a moderator in a panel discussion, to navigate the conversation and make sure people do not go off track. Clear, Merunisa?
Yes, sir.
Next we have is role play, which is very, very common. I think most of the fests, I think nowadays you are doing, what is that called? When you go out and dance in Esplanade? Flash
Flash
mob.
mob.
Yes. Flash mobs are very popular. So whenever, because Indian audience, they want entertainment. Okay. So Vidya Balan had said, film में सिर्फ तीन चीजों के लिए चलती थी. Entertainment, entertainment, and entertainment. So whenever you give a message in the form of entertainment, that has a more retention value as compared to simple didactic lectures or demonstrations or workshops. Okay. So role plays, I think most of you have done. I have seen in Ulubedia College, you people have done very good role plays. I have seen your videos on YouTube. Merunisa, were you a part of those role plays?
Yes, sir.
So, through role plays, we try to put up a social situation and we be a part of the community so that the people can relate to us. Because sometimes, as doctors, we sit on our high horses and we give lectures that the patients will not relate to. We need to sometimes go at their level, we need to play their characters and show them the ground realities. And through role plays, we can show them what is right, what is wrong, and show them the correct path. Sometimes in role plays, we can also involve the community members. Like one day prior, we will go to the community and we will tell them that we will be doing a role play on that. So this will be your part. You can participate along with us. So that will become more and more effective to disseminate a message to the community. Clear? So in this section, you need to know about the various group approaches, lectures, demonstrations, role plays, conferences, panel discussions, and symposium. And the most commonly asked question is the difference between panel discussion and symposium, because sometimes they are very much confused. Okay. Last part of today's lecture is barriers of